Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing great. Today I'm going to cover off my 5 favorite smart home gadgets. Over the years I've had the chance to try out a lot of different gadgets for my house. Some of them have been really great and then some of them have been complete failures. Today I'm going to cover off the 5 that I'm currently using that I really enjoy having. In putting my list together of my 5 favorite gadgets, I was trying to consider a couple things. One was going to be, if I was new and starting out again, what would I start with? The second piece to that was, if I had to run on a limited budget, what areas could I make smart easily without costing a lot of money? So the first thing that I've decided to make as my #1 thing you should purchase when you're getting a smart home is a hub. This is the Samsung SmartThings hub. This is the version 2. There is currently a version 3 on the market. There's also hubs made by Wink and a number of other companies as well. But the reason that you want to consider having a hub is that if you decide to add a lot of devices to your smart home, this allows you to integrate them into one app essentially. And also with that, this is really where the power of having a smart home comes into play. The hub will allow you to control all of those things in things called routines. And routines allow you to do, like, say for example, a good night routine where it will lower your thermostat, turn off your lights, lock your front door, and arm your alarm system, all with the touch of one button. So it really becomes powerful. And where a lot of people, I think, fail in this is that they'll purchase maybe some light bulbs originally when they start off with a smart home, and they get an app with that. Then they'll purchase some plug-in sockets or wall sockets, they get an app for that. And each time they purchase something, they get another app. And it really becomes difficult to manage and enjoy. Once you have a hub, you can actually integrate a lot of those devices under one thing here, and it makes it a lot easier, and you can make your house a lot more intelligent with this. So this, as an example, was fairly inexpensive. It's about $100, and I would recommend this as kind of step #1 in terms of your smart home. The second thing I would recommend if you're on a budget and you're looking to make your house smart without necessarily doing a lot of complicated things would be the wall outlets, as well the paddle switches, so paddle light switches. Wall outlets can be found very easily and cheaply. You can plug them into an existing socket, and that can allow you to make a device that you plug into it smart. So as an example, if you had a light in your hallway by your front door, you could plug that into one of these wall sockets, and now you have the ability to control that light through your SmartThings app or through the app that comes natively with that wall socket, but that will allow your lamp to become smart. The other thing that's really cool and that I did right away when we started was I had our front door paddle switch replaced. So we had a switch that was on the wall. I replaced it with one of these smart devices and the smart switch, and it allows me now to control my outside front door light as well as my garage lights all with the one switch. So that was an easy, inexpensive way to make a couple of lights smart without having to go, break the bank and purchase a whole bunch of things. The beauty of it is that they integrate into the smart hub as well, so that's a good starting point. So those in themselves, I think the actual light switch was probably about $50 and the wall plug-in was about $40, and I know you can find them on the market now a couple years later considerably less. The ones I'm currently using are the Wemo switches. They've worked great for the last couple of years. I've had them for I think 3 years, and I've been very happy with them, very reliable, and they work well all the time. So that's #2. The third thing I'd recommend on my list, and that I think has become very powerful over the last year, is the Google Home or Amazon Alexa. So originally when these devices came out, a lot of people were like, what do I do with them? They could do the basics. You could listen to the news, maybe get the weather, ask it a couple of fun facts like how tall is the CN Tower or whatever. But besides that, people are like, what do these things do? Now they've become a lot more powerful, and they're very integrated into smart home now. So the thing that's really great about them is that as you're adding more things into your smart home, you can control it audibly now. So whereas with the SmartThings app, with the first device I showed you, you can have routines set with the touch of a button, but now you can control things with your voice as well. So if I'm watching a movie in the living room and I want to have the lights dim and I have smart lights, I can ask Google to dim the lights, which is fantastic, or change the color, or I can even set routines. So Google is starting to get more into the routines now as well, and in their latest release of their app, they're also integrating routines in, so you can audibly say, good night, to Google, and it'll automatically do a lot of the things the Smart Home app will do, the Smart Things Hub app will do. So Google is great from that perspective. The other thing I really love about the Google Home, or I'm sure the Amazon Alexa does it as well, but you can do whole home audio. So I have 3 of the Google Home devices. I put one on each floor, and if we want to listen to Spotify across the whole house, I can actually have it play across all 3 speakers throughout the house. So it's really great. It's wireless and it works very well. One of the other features I love about the Google Home system is the broadcasting ability. So you can essentially use them as intercoms. So as an example, if I'm coming home from work and I want to tell people I'm 5 minutes out, I can broadcast that from my smartphone in the car, and it'll broadcast across all the speakers at home so people know that I'm coming in the door. So Google's been doing a ton of great things with their Google Home features and functions, and I would recommend it strongly. They're very inexpensive. You can buy the minis when they're on sale for about 40 bucks. I got the big ones. I have 2 of these for about $80 on sale. So you just have to kind of find the right time to buy them. But I've found them very useful, and we're having a lot of fun with them. The 4th thing that I would recommend for people that I would 100% recommend if you have the budget is the Phillips Hue light system. There's a couple of different manufacturers that make colored lights on the market. I have used the Phillips Hue system for going on 3+ years, and I love it. It's worked very well. I've never had any issues with any of this stuff that I've purchased from them. I have over 30 bulbs throughout the house now that are smart and that can change color and do different things. If you look behind me, all of the lights back there are colored lights. My outdoor garage lights are colored. I have lights upstairs and around the house and lamps and all kinds of stuff. I would highly, highly recommend them. They work very well. The only real pitfall to the Philips Hue system is that I find it expensive. Like a light like this is about $50, so I find them a little overpriced. And it was a tough thing. So I've just gradually over time been building them in. So, you know, every time I have a birthday, somebody gives me a new light bulb or whatever. So I've slowly over time built that up. But if I was to start over again, it'd be very difficult. And I'm really hoping they don't just all burn out at the same time, because that'll be like super disappointing down the road. But the integration with the Philips Hue system into your smart things, into Google Home, into a ton of different things is so good. That's why I would recommend them. They've done such a great job in building a good product that can integrate into all kinds of different things. I would highly, highly recommend them if you have the budget. If not, maybe you start with a couple of smart light bulbs and you work your way up to it. The final thing, and it was a debate for me, I know a lot of people have the thermostats and they love them. I have an old school thermostat with programming in it. I find it just as easy to program that, although it would be nice to have one of the smart ones, and I may do that at some point. But for me, I chose this. This is a smart door lock, and I love it. The reason we purchased this one is we actually had a deadbolt that was broken, so it gave me more reason to go get one. But it has the keypad, so for family members, you can assign them a guest code. For your kids, they don't necessarily need to have a key. And the beauty of this whole thing is that it also integrates to the Smart Things app, or the Smart Things Hub, as well the Wink system. So I have the ability to control the door lock from remote, which I think is awesome. If somebody comes to the house and I need to let them in from somewhere else, I can. The other thing, like I said, is as you're building your routines at night, when I hit goodnight, it closes off everything. It makes sure that the lights are off, the doors are locked, the alarms are on, the whole bit. And you can audibly hear this thing when it does lock the door. So I love this door lock. It's worked very well, and I would strongly recommend it. And that's it. So those are the 5 things that I would recommend at the beginning of the smart home. There's a number of other things out there on the market, and we can talk about those later. But for me, those are the ones that have made the biggest impact in our own home. And I hope you guys find that list enjoyable. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate, let me know. I'm trying to grow this channel, and I'd love to get some more subscribers. So if you like this kind of video and you want to see more, let me know. I'm happy to show you more of these products in closer detail. And I'm going to bring out the list with the 5 products that I hate. So you'll probably be interested to see which ones didn't make the cut and which ones I'm happy to rip out and get rid of. Anyways, thanks for coming by, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. To help you slowly develop your house over time. A lot of folks who are going into smoke. Oh God, it suck. You suck. All done, that's a wrap. My smart home video is complete. Here's some of the behind the scenes. This is the setup that I had. I just had a softbox aiming over me. I had some stuff on my screens here for a little bit. And the camera was mounted right there. As well, the big screen in the back, I had a a thing going on back there. But that's it. That was my sort of in the behind the scenes. I wore a shirt and I had shorts on that you couldn't see in the video. So anyways, cheers. Subscribe to my Instagram so you can see more behind the scenes.